Welcome back to the channel. My name's Timo and this is Timo Paints. And in today's video, we're going to recap this $200 solar cleaning job that we just recently did. Cool thing about this job is we were already on the road to start our day and we got this call first thing in the morning and we were ahead of schedule. So I went ahead and squeezed this one in a little bit. I like to tell my clients to always allow 15 to 30 minutes lead time, only because some jobs do take a little bit longer. Sometimes the customers like to hang back and kind of BS with us a little bit. So I love cleaning these solar panels. When I first started out, it was at the very beginning of the pandemic, and I needed something to fill in the gaps where all of my interior jobs were, because I noticed that a lot of the people I had on the schedule for interior paintings were kind of wanting to reschedule and kind of wait out the whole COVID thing, So I totally understood, and for me, it's kind of an opportunity thing. I saw the opportunity and I just kind of jumped up and I learned from scratch. It took me a while and I wasted a lot of money buying a bunch of tools that I didn't need in the beginning. So anyways, before we get too far in the video, if you guys are interested in how I started my solar panel business and how I get jobs just like this, I'll leave a link in the top of the description, and then also I'll pin one in the comments as well. So check that out if you guys are interested in doing something like this. So like I said, we got this call on where we were on the road in the morning. It was from a realtor. I'm not sure if the house was being sold or what the situation was, but there was a homeowner there, and he was an older guy. Really handy, right? It's a big old vineyard here in the back. You can kind of see that there's rows of vineyards there. So I don't know if he was selling, but I believe the house next door to this house he owned as well, because he had family members coming back and forth. And you could actually see one come through the gate here any minute. But the whole man was super cool. He's super friendly. I gave him a little roof inspection while I was up there, and we did notice that they had a water heater installed recently, and it was outside. They did build like a little housing around the water heater, but the vent for the water heater on the roof line wasn't really secured down properly, so it was fashioned in a way where water could get in and drip down. Now the water heater wasn't inside the house, it was like built a little cabinet that was built outside of the house. So I informed him and we went ahead and cinched that down with some screws and we siliconed it. Made him very aware, like, hey, I can't be liable for this because of course I'm not a roofer or anything, but I don't mind doing little stuff like that. He seemed like he was perfectly capable of doing it, even though he was probably in his late 70s. He handed me all the tools. He had power tools and all the tools handy, and I was already up there, so I literally didn't even have to hop down off of the roof to get these extra things done. Now that it's summertime, it's great too, because business is cracking, and it's strange that I've actually heard from quite a few of my counterparts that with everything going on recently, the business has started to show a bit of a slowdown, and it's really surprising because, like I said before, my experience with summertime is business is booming. Usually for both of my businesses, I get a lot of new lead flows during the summertime, and the same thing is true for painting as well as a solar panel cleaning. This keeps me really busy and, quite frankly, understaffed, meaning I could bid higher on projects to make them worth it, because I have a list of prospects that are wanting to work with me and my teams. So naturally, when I hear that some of my colleagues are experiencing a slowdown and that the work just isn't coming in as consistently as it was, my curiosity is always piqued, and I gotta ask, why do you think that's happening? And most of them tend to blame gas prices, inflation, shortages. But before I shift blame to some uncontrollable forces for the lack of constant business, I like to step back and ask myself two things. One, have I diversified my lead flow? Because I believe that workflow might have slowed down for them due to the fact that some of business owners, typically they'll become really comfortable with their marketing strategy. And that marketing strategy might have been highly effective at generating quality leads, but for some reason it just stopped working. Now, once I knew a guy who swore up and down that putting a card with a rock inside of a sandwich bag, tying a knot on there, and then throwing it in the driveways of every single house was the best way to drum up new business for his landscaping business. And how this may have worked for him for decades, it's not really working for him now. And the new methods of marketing that we do now, social media, Google, all that stuff, it simply just wasn't available back then. So whether it's from gas prices rising, cost of goods going up, or the looming recession and highest interest rates, no one will really know exactly, but my advice for myself and these individuals in these same situations is diversify your lead flow. That's why I like to use Facebook marketing, social media marketing, and I have a couple different strategies that we employ that keeps us busy on jobs just like this. So make sure you get your business on Google. Make sure to dial in your Facebook ads. And again, if you need help with those ads, check out the top link in the description, the Solar Panel Cleaning Academy, showing you exactly how I run my ads, get jobs just like this, and stay busy all summer. And remember, anything's possible. See you guys in the next video. Peace.